What you're about to hear might make you question everything you think you know about WWE right now, because while Roman Reigns was out there absolutely destroying CM Punk on Raw, sending a brutal message to the entire locker room, something completely unexpected was happening off air, something WWE didn't want you to focus on. Jey Uso smiling, laughing, standing side by side with Jacob Fatu. Let that sink in. While the tribal chief was unleashing chaos inside the ring, one of the most emotional and unpredictable members of the Bloodline family tree was casually bonding with one of the most dangerous free agents to ever step near WWE territory. And the question is simple. What does this mean? Do you think Jey Uso is secretly rebuilding something behind Roman Reigns' back? Or is this just coincidence? Drop your answer in the comments right now. Because the timing of all this? It's not just suspicious, it's explosive. Roman Reigns didn't just beat CM Punk, he dismantled him. The kind of destruction that doesn't just end a match, it sends a warning. Every punch, every slam, every moment of dominance screamed one thing: I'm still the tribal chief. But here's where things get messy. While Roman is trying to reassert control, Jey Uso, once his right-hand man, then his biggest emotional rival, is seen off camera, relaxed, almost free. No tension, no fear, no pressure. Just vibes with Jacob Fatu. And if you know anything about Jacob Fatu, you know this is not someone you casually hang out with. This is a man built for destruction. A walking war machine. Someone who doesn't just join factions, he takes them over. So why is Jey Uso smiling with him? Is this the beginning of a new alliance? Or something even more dangerous, a betrayal in the making? Think about it carefully. Jey Uso has been through everything. Manipulated by Roman. Torn apart emotionally. Forced to choose sides. Lost his brother at times to the chaos of the bloodline. And just when it seemed like he was finding his own identity, this happens. He's spotted chilling with Jacob Fatu. No cameras rolling. No storyline explanation. Just real, raw presence. And sometimes, what happens off-air tells a bigger story than what WWE shows you on air. Do you think WWE is secretly planting seeds for a new Bloodline faction? Yes or no? Because if Jacob Fatu enters the picture officially, everything changes. Roman Reigns might call himself the tribal chief, but Jacob Fatu? He doesn't acknowledge anyone. Now rewind back to that brutal moment on Raw. CM Punk, one of the most rebellious, outspoken superstars in WWE history, got absolutely crushed. Not just physically, but symbolically. Roman didn't just win, he made a statement. You don't belong at my level. But here's the twist no one is talking about. While Roman was focused on dominance, he may have completely lost sight of what's happening behind him. And that's always when empires fall. Because history has shown us one thing in WWE. The biggest threats aren't always the ones standing in front of you. They're the ones building quietly behind your back. So, let's connect the dots. Roman Reigns destroys CM Punk. Jey Uso is nowhere near that chaos. Instead, he's off-air with Jacob Fatu. Happy. Relaxed. Almost like a man who has nothing to worry about. Does that sound like someone still under Roman's control? Or someone who has already moved on? And if Jey Uso has truly moved on, then who is he aligning with? Because, make no mistake, Jacob Fatu is not just a random encounter. This is the kind of link-up that shakes foundations. Imagine this for a second. What if Jey Uso is building his own version of the bloodline? Not under Roman. Not in Roman's shadow. But against him. Would you support a Jey Uso-led faction over Roman Reigns? Be honest in the comments. Because if that happens, we're not talking about a rivalry anymore. We're talking about war. And here's something even more interesting. Jey Uso looked genuinely happy. Not forced. Not scripted. Not playing a character. Just free. And that's dangerous. Because a free Jey Uso is unpredictable. A free Jey Uso doesn't follow orders. A free Jey Uso makes his own moves. And linking up with Jacob Fatu? That's not just a move. That's a statement. Roman Reigns built his empire on control, on fear, on loyalty that was sometimes forced. But what happens when the people he once controlled start forming their own alliances? What happens when the bloodline stops being a family and becomes divided factions? We've seen cracks before. Jey Uso going his own way. Solo Sikoa bringing silent tension. Jey Uso walking away. But this feels different. This feels like the beginning of something bigger than just family drama. This feels like a takeover waiting to happen. And don't forget, Jacob Fatu has the presence to dominate instantly. He doesn't need weeks to build momentum. The moment he steps in, he becomes a problem. So now imagine him standing next to Jey Uso, not as enemies, but as allies. Who stops them? Seriously, who in WWE right now could handle that combination? Drop a name in the comments if you think someone can. Because Roman Reigns might be powerful, but even he can't fight everyone at once. And if Jey Uso knows Roman's weaknesses, and trust me, he does, then this isn't just another storyline possibility. This is a calculated threat. And let's talk about CM Punk for a second. Because while all of this is happening, Punk just got demolished. Embarrassed. Silenced. But Punk is not the type to stay down. So now you have multiple layers forming. Roman Reigns asserting dominance. CM Punk potentially planning revenge. Jey Uso building unknown alliances. Jacob Fatu lurking in the shadows. This isn't just storytelling. This is chaos brewing. And WWE hasn't even officially acknowledged it yet. Which makes it even more dangerous. Because when things are happening off-air, it usually means something big is coming. Do you think WWE is hiding this on purpose to shock fans later? Or are we witnessing something that wasn't meant to go public yet? Either way, you're seeing it now. And once it unfolds on screen, remember, you heard it here first. Jey Uso and Jacob Fatu is not a random moment. It's a warning. A sign that the Bloodline story is far from over and might be heading in a direction no one is ready for. And Roman Reigns? He might still think he's in control. But the truth is, control is slipping. Because power in WWE doesn't last forever. It shifts. It evolves. And sometimes it gets taken. Right when you least expect it. So the real question is Roman Reigns still the tribal chief? Or is he about to be challenged by something far more dangerous than CM Punk ever was? Think about that. And if Jey Uso steps back into the spotlight, not as Roman's right-hand man, but as his rival, with Jacob Fatu by his side, then what we saw on Raw won't be remembered as dominance. It'll be remembered as the moment Roman was too distracted to see the storm forming behind him. And that storm? It doesn't knock politely, it kicks the door down. Do you think we're about to see Jacob Fatu make his WWE debut alongside Jey Uso? Yes or no? Don't sit on the fence. Because if that happens, Roman Reigns is no longer dealing with isolated threats. He's dealing with a movement. And movements are impossible to control. Now, let's go back to CM Punk for a moment, because his role in all this is being overlooked. Punk didn't just lose. He got humiliated. And when you humiliate someone like CM Punk, you don't end their story. You ignite it. Punk thrives in chaos. He feeds off disrespect. And what Roman did on Raw, that wasn't just a victory, that was personal. So now imagine this scenario. Roman Reigns has CM Punk coming for revenge. At the same time, Jey Uso is possibly aligning with Jacob Fatu. That's pressure from two completely different directions. Front and back. And no matter how dominant you are, that kind of pressure breaks even the strongest. So, here's a wild question for you. What if CM Punk and Jey Uso end up on the same side, even temporarily, just to take Roman down? Would that be the ultimate twist? Or is that too crazy even for WWE? Drop your thoughts right now, because this is where things get unpredictable. Because, let's be real, loyalty in WWE is fragile. Alliances shift overnight. Enemies become partners. And power? Power is always up for grabs. Roman Reigns has held it for so long that people forgot what it looks like when he starts losing control. But this feels like the beginning of that phase. You can only dominate for so long before cracks start to show. And right now, those cracks are forming in places Roman can't even see. Jey Uso isn't standing in front of him anymore. He's not arguing. He's not resisting. He's gone quiet. And sometimes the quiet ones are the most dangerous. Because while you're busy fighting loud enemies, the silent ones are building something unstoppable. Now, let's talk strategy. If Jey Uso is truly aligning with Jacob Fatu, then this isn't just emotional, it's tactical. Jey brings experience, connection, knowledge of Roman's mind. Jacob brings power, intensity, unpredictability. That combination? That's not just dangerous. That's lethal. And Roman Reigns, for all his greatness, has never faced that version of Jey Uso before. Not independent, not strategic, not backed by someone like Fatu. So now the question shifts again. Is Roman ready for a version of Jey Uso that doesn't need him anymore? Because that's the real threat here. Not rebellion, not anger, but independence. The moment someone no longer needs you, you lose control over them. And Roman built his entire empire on control. So if Jey has broken free completely, then Roman's biggest strength just became his biggest weakness. And Jacob Fatu? He's the wild card, the X factor, the piece that turns a personal conflict into an all-out war. Because once he steps in, there's no handling it diplomatically. There's no calm resolution. There's only destruction. And you can already feel it building. The tension, the anticipation, the sense that something massive is right around the corner. And the craziest part? WWE hasn't even officially pulled the trigger yet. Which means when they do...